Hey guys, the voice of the blockchain here. Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. Big shout out to all the boomers out there. Good afternoon. A little late on the live stream today, but we're here like always. Today, we'll be talking about how, when, and why did you get into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I want to hear your stories and as well as share my story, how we got into Bitcoin and the cryptos out here. But first, let me shout out all the boomers that are tuning into the live chat right now. Crypto Julian, Rafterman R, a sniper, always here, sniping whatever moves, Toronto Crypto, and the rest of the boomers that are tuning in. Indeed, this is a live broadcast. Guys, touch the button, subscribe, the like, the post notification bell, caress the buttons. Indeed, let them know that Champagne Crypto, the general, is on the network with the boomers like Crypto Bravo Charlie, like Original Copy, like Crypto Julian, Rafterman, and Toronto Crypto. As the rest of the boomers pour into the box, we are preheating the oven, the broiler, the 450 and beyond, cooking up these hearty, nutritious crypto meals for you guys. If you're just tuning in today, I want to talk about how, when, and why did we get into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I would like to hear your stories out there, as well as share my story, how we started Crypt walking worldwide. Shout out to Eric Garcia. I see you guys. Let's wait a few more seconds for the boomers to tune into the box. Let's get a little platoon here of 10 or plus or more, and we'll talk about the markets and see what's really booming out there. Champagne has been tweeted. Indeed, thanks a lot there, Original Copy, one of our day one boomers out there, sharing the good crypto news worldwide. Guys, make sure you're touching the buttons to subscribe, the like, the post notification bell as Bitcoin continues to trade sideways. Today we'll be talking about how, when, and why did we get into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Let me go ahead and share my screen, turn off these coins, and get this live broadcast started out here. Let's check out CoinMarketCap, see how healthy things are looking, hit refresh, and get this started. Shout out to Copy, Garcia, Bravo, Charlie, and the rest of the boomers that are tuning in worldwide. As Bitcoin's market cap, the total market cap for all cryptocurrencies, is currently at $216 billion, slightly lower than it was yesterday. Bitcoin dominance at 52.4. We're basically around the same as we were yesterday. You do see some red here on the markets, but not too different in price that, where we've been trading at for the past, it looks like we've been here the entire summer, guys. I'll tell you this. Now it's the fall time, and we're still in the same pocket. So I'm actually happy with it. I'm going to tell you this. I think it's a great accumulation period. Shout out to D-Rock, Lizzo, FN Based, and the rest of the boomers. Good morning and good afternoon to most people. We're a little late today. Champagne had some work on the house done early and had to make sure everything was done properly out there. So, here we are. Shout out to D-Rock again. Bitcoin at 6,559, down 0.88. It's about the same as it was yesterday. Ether at 225. Ripple, throw it in the toilet. I had someone comment yesterday, said, what are you talking about, throw it in the toilet? That's a dumb comment or something like that. Guys, I don't want to hear about Ripple. This is the Champagne Crypto channel. If you want to get into other finance or centralized banking, maybe you should go that route. But Ripple is not a crypto, okay? It's more of a glorified database out there. Bitcoin Cash at 508, EOS at 587. EOS looking all right. EOS is trying to battle that $6 a hurdle out there. Stellar at 24 cents. I told you I'm not convinced with Stellar. It's cousins and family with Ripple out there. The way I'm understanding it is this coin is not mineable. Now, I did give it a free pass out there, a hall pass to let it roam with the boomers to see if it could prove itself and pull the weight. But I have my eye on Stellar, and if it doesn't behave properly, I'm throwing it out the box. Litecoin, Litecoin, Litecoin. Let there be light. Let there be more vitamin D shining on everybody. Let the crypto Valley shine out there. I want to see Litecoin above $60. Litecoin, I don't believe is going to go away. This coin, it's been around, and it's a fork of Bitcoin, and the first to implement the Lightning Network. And although Charlie Lee did upset me, I don't base my decisions on another man out there. Tether at 99 cents, Cardano at 8 cents. Now there's boomers out there with Cardano. They're saying that this one's gonna kaboom out there. Crypto maniacs, let me know what you think about Cardano. I might just have to you hear that train? I may have to, all aboard on the Cardano train. I may just have to grab a little nickel bag, a little bag from you. may have to just grab a little something just to ride that train with you guys. I'm seriously considering it. And then we got Monero at number 10. This is probably my second favorite coin, Monero being one of the truest cryptos, if not the truest crypto on the block out there. Monero at $111. Truest crypto on the block, pun intended. I see you guys. The Revolutionist. Yo, champ, good morning to the Revolutionist, our 5-star general out of the United Kingdom, booming with the best of them. I'm here stuttering, and it's the United Kingdom booming with the best of them. I see you, Revolutionist. Guys, today we're talking about how, when, and why did we get into Bitcoin? Okay, and other cryptocurrencies. I would like to hear some of your stories. It seems like the boomers here are in the similar frequencies. I said this in a prior broadcast. There's a reason that you tune into Champagne, and there's a reason that I'm tuning into you guys, because like I said, I'm not only here to speak, I'm also here to listen to what you guys have to share. Each one teach one here in the population of the chat box. It's nothing but a positive movement. We're getting wealthier and healthier, looking like 300 Spartans by the end of the year, guys. That's the goal. Okay, I would like to hear your stories. If you want, go ahead and start sharing them. But let's go ahead and talk about how the boomers here, the Nakamoto family, personally got into crypto. There was a time that we were in New York City back during Occupy Wall Street, during the 2008 crash. Champagne was actually working downtown at that moment. So I was rubbing shoulders with a lot of the investment bankers down there. I was about 1 block away from the World Trade Center there on Broadway, right next to the church that's on next to the World Trade. So I saw the collapse. I saw people losing their jobs, walking out, and you know, things going down. And before that, you know, we've read about the funny bunny of the Federal Reserve. I invite everybody to read the father of all conspiracy books, and it's not so much of a conspiracy anymore because most of the things in that book came to light. Behold a pale horse there. Behold a Pale Horse, which is, you know, I would say, you know, it's one of the top conspiracy books in the 1990s. But they predicted a collapse, and a lot of funny bunny out there when it comes to the terrorism and the world trade. So I'm seeing this all unravel. I'm seeing all the ships sinking out there. And, you know, I started seeing the Occupy Wall Street over there in Zuccotti Park. Shout out to Rafterman R. Kaboom with the $2 out there. Sniping out at all the boomers out there. I see you guys. Thank you a lot, Rafterman. I appreciate you. So I was down in Occupy Wall Street, not really as, you know, as a protester or anything. I was, like I said, I worked literally a few blocks away. So on lunchtime or whatnot, I would walk out there and see what was going on. And, you know, I was talking to the people, and in the midst of the Occupy Wall Street, right there on basically ground zero, next to the real ground zero, which is walking distance from there, someone had let me know about at Bitcoin. They would say there's this new thing going on, and we know the banks are funny bunny. And, you know, if you guys haven't read The Creature from Jekyll Island, if you haven't read Behold a Pale Horse, if you haven't seen Zeitgeist and stuff like that, you know, I had already ingested all that information, okay? I'm not sure if Zeitgeist came before or after, but I had ingested most of the information at that period that most people were saying was a lot of woo-woo, you know, conspiracy theory. But, you know, look what happened. Look what happened. We had the Patriot Act come in after I read Behold a Pale Horse. They told us something like that was going to happen out there, okay? And shout out to Bill Cooper, the author of that book, Behold a Pale Horse. If you don't know about that, I recommend you guys check it out. They ended up, the authorities ended up killing Bill Cooper not too long after 9/11. And he's someone that actually predicted 9/11 and Osama bin Laden being accused of such crimes. So, you know, after all these things happened in 2002, and I see the funny bunny, I see the Patriot Act, I see these things going, you know, coming to light, I said, wow, there must be something here. This may not be a conspiracy. This may be actually real. At that same time, the Tea Party and the libertarian movement started rising. We had Ron Paul that was going hard as well. He was campaigning for president. I picked up his book and actually had him sign it because I met him down there right on Wall Street at that time. End the Fed was his book. I got it right here. So you know, I learned about Bitcoin at that point. Now, at that point, I didn't get into anything. You know, I didn't buy any bits because, of course, it was associated with the black market, with Funny Bunny. Okay, so, you know, I just heard about it. It's like this new internet currency that may usurp the banks. It's decentralized, blah, blah, blah. So fast forward about 2 years. Okay, I was running a media studio down in Brooklyn, New York City. And I went outside for a break. And some weirdo just comes up to me and goes, "Hey, are you the guy with the Bitcoins?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And he said, "Are you the guy with the Bitcoins?" And I said, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." Now, I heard about Bitcoins, but I thought to myself, why would someone on the street come at me talking about Bitcoins? So the first thing that I thought is that it sounded like someone was trying to buy drugs. Okay. And then furthermore, okay, the idea that went through my head, it was, you know, if someone's coming at me asking me, are you the guy with the Bitcoin? It made me realize that there was a demand on the street for the bits. So I said, wow, there must be something here. I started doing more research. I still didn't get into it. I still didn't get into it out there. About a year passes, and being that and you know, some people out there, investment bankers down on Wall Street, I asked them, I said, what do you think about this Bitcoin? What do you think about this Bitcoin? At this point, I think it was about 100. It went over 100 at some point. And everybody I talked to told me it was Funny Bunny, not to believe it, that it was a scam, that it was, you know, this, that, and the third, that it was a black market, that it was no good. So again, I didn't buy the bits. Okay. I didn't buy the bits. And, then, you know, things kaboomed, went up to almost 1,000. Okay. And then it crashed back down. This was about 2014. So, you know, it was about a 6-year period that I heard it from 2008. And maybe 2 years after, somebody stopped me on the street trying to buy Bitcoin. I wasn't the bag holder of Bitcoin at that point. And then soon thereafter, I started asking people, is there something here with the bits? Everybody told me no. Okay, so I didn't buy in. So as soon as it went up to 1,000, then it crashed. I started looking at it again. And around that time, I would say a little after 2014, somewhere around that time, someone told me about Ethereum. By that time, Coinbase was up and running, and I said, oh, there's another cryptocurrency now? I said, this train, you know, I don't care what people have to say about it. I don't care what they think. Because back when I read Behold the Pale Horse, back when the Patriot Act happened, back when we were starting to question 9/11 and whether there was an inside job or whatnot, everybody told you that you were a nutcase. So they were telling me the same thing when it had to do with Bitcoin. So I found the correlation out there. I said, you know what? Maybe I should do the alternative. At that point, I started hodling Ether and I started buying bits. Somewhere when it crashed, well, I would say somewhere around 500 or a little less, somewhere around that, you know. At that point, we started dollar cost averaging, but going into it very, very lightly, you know, maybe $100 here, $50 there, kaboom, kaboom. Okay. So that's what it is. And, you know, after that crash, 2014, you know, 2015, it was trading sideways. And then, you know, 2017 came along and I started really smelling a boom. Okay. I started smelling a boom. People still weren't believing it. At that point, I said, I think this is about time to pop open a YouTube channel and start talking about the bits. And that's why we created the channel in 2017. So that's a quick summary, a TLDR of how I got into crypto and why and when. Drop a comment below. Let me know how you got into crypto and why you're crypt walking, because everybody seems to be here on the same frequency. FN Base says 9/11 is Funny Bunny. Crypto Bravo Charlie says, I started investing in crypto hearing your positive voice about Electronium. Signed up, pumped a few pounds into it, still holding. Okay, all right. Revolutionist says, loving this sideways market. Indeed. Eric Garcia says he had a high school teacher. Let me go ahead and scroll this. He had a high school teacher back in 2011 told him about Bitcoin and to invest $100. His background was computer science. Me, as dumb as a student, didn't listen, but imagine what could have happened, says Eric Garcia. And that's the thing, you know, if if there's something that shows somewhat promise and it's cheap to get in, sometimes maybe it's worth it. But at the same time, that's how you do get scammed. But it turned out not to be a scam. Everybody was saying Bitcoin was a scam. And, you know, how are they feeling about it now? D-Rock, D-Rock Lizzo says, yo, champ, I had to Google the Wizard of Ounces after your comment a few days ago. All I can say is, wow, never thought of the context behind that movie and the whole FDR heist. I'm glad you went down that rabbit hole, and I can continue to show you guys all kinds of rabbit holes. D-Rock is referring to the Wizard of Oz, the Wizard of OZ, which indeed is actually the Wizard of Ounces. Indeed, it's a story of how we got off the gold standard, okay, with the Tin Man, with the lion, with the courage. The tin is actually the tax identification number. You could go ahead and go down this rabbit hole. This video is not about it, but I encourage you to check that out. Crypto Power says, truth teller, Champagne Crypto, the truth will hurt many social justice warriors with fat Cheeto fingers and soy boys. Power crushed them. He power crushes them. Don't respect them. Alpha Crypto, masculine and positive. Indeed. Shout out to Crypto Power. Started crypto by a YouTuber called They Call Me Dan. He's now at DTube. Started with no limit coin. I went in big with Regal, and then from 90 cents to 85 last year. Well, good to you. Some of those coins, you know, they're funny bunny, and you know, when you get into crypto, you don't know anything, okay? And you know, when I got into crypto, I didn't know much either, you know, so I only knew Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then, you know, I heard a Litecoin or whatnot, and then as you get into the scene, you see all these other coins with all kinds of different promises, and the majority of them ended up being funny bunny. So, you know, we got into some funny bunny coins at the beginning of the YouTube career, which we're not necessarily proud of, but you got to test it, because the thing is that everybody was saying Bitcoin was a scam too when it first came out. So, you know, although some people were saying this coin or that coin was a scam, we just didn't know. So sometimes it's just worth it to just, you know, maybe gamble is, you know, no more than you're willing to lose, and see if it really takes off out there. FM Bay said he saw David Seaman on talk about it in 2017. Okay, yeah, I've seen David Seaman. I think he was one of those you know, I wouldn't call him a conspiracy theorist, but he definitely catered to that audience. I haven't seen him lately. Maybe he's been blocked or shadow banned. I have no idea out there. If you're just tuning in, we're doing a short broadcast. I wanted to hear how you guys got into the bits and other cryptos as well. Okay, we got in. We heard about it, you know, in 2008 when it first started, but we didn't get into about 2014, 2015, and then the channel was started early 2017. Shout out to Crypto Power, FN Base, CryptoZilla. Lost a crypto friend boomer in the trenches. Man down, man down. You know, that, you know, our condolences, CryptoZilla. We've always said this: if you're not willing to lose an arm, a leg, or lose a limb out there, you're not ready to be a crypto boomer. We send our positive energy out to the friend that you lost in the trenches out there. Two Taco says you rock. Crypto Bravo Charlie says, learning a lot from you, Champagne. I appreciate it, Crypto Bravo. I try to make things exciting, okay, entertaining, but you know, at the end of the day, if you're not spreading knowledge, if you're not spreading a good message, you're wasting time out there. Okay, Champagne's not in for the fictional material out here. Okay, you know, there's definitely a comedic element because comedies always end happy. This is not a tragedy. Definitely, this is a comedy. Invested together with my cousin after some friends bought into the Silk Road but didn't enter the market till 2017. Crypto Power's talking about funny bunny coins. Yeah, I mean, like I said, that, you know, at the beginning you don't know. So I mean, the majority of these coins, guys, you know, we have 2,000 coins now. I mean, I remember when it was only like 1,800 coins. The majority of these coins, they're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna succeed. Okay, only real champions in his bag, says Crypto Power. So Bitcoin, Ethereum classics, no hype, just classic soprano style. Indeed, and you know, we learned out here. You know, we're focused on the boomers and remove the doomers out there. So you don't hear Champagne talking about the funny bunny coins, the doomers, whether this is a scam or not. If it's a doomer, you could see the price, you get out of it, you focus on the boomers. And with time, we've learned that those blue chip coins, those classics, are the ones that you should be hodling. And I agree with you, Crypto Power, Bitcoin, Ether classics, stuff like that. You know, those coins that have been around a while. That's why I'm so bullish with Monero. Okay, and I tell you guys, be careful with the new coins. Okay, because the majority of them, they have a lot of promise, but then they could dump. Look at something like Nano dumped a lot, Verge dumped a lot. Tron seems to be, you know, at least still in the top 20, but it dumped a lot as well. You know, that's why I'm attracted to those day one coins that have been around for a while. Those bits, those ethers, those Moneros or whatnot. Shout out to Crypto Power. Shout out to Tess Cooks for you and the rest of the boomers. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about how we got into the bits, why, and why we crip walk out there. And let's share you guys a little story about how, you know, I learned about it on the ground floor at Zuccotti Park during Occupy Wall Street. I wasn't a protester or anything like that. I was actually working down the street, and I would walk by during the lunch breaks to check it out and rub the elbows with a few guys out there that told me about this new tech. I didn't do anything about it. Someone actually approached me on the streets of Brooklyn a few years later and asked me if I was the one selling Bitcoin. I didn't know what they were talking about, but that really clicked in my mind that there's a street demand for Bitcoin. And I said, wow, if they're asking for it like they're asking for drugs on the street, then there must be something here. Okay, and at that point, I looked into it more, but I was a little apprehensive since it was so correlated with the black market. I did ask a few of my, not even friends, but associates that I know that work down there in Wall Street, investment banks or whatnot. All of them told me that it was funny bunny. Everybody that I asked about the Bitcoin told me not to get into it. You know, most people that were working in the banks that, you know, I respected because they have some sort of, you know, clout there with the legacy system. And what I learned, guys, never listen to the banks. Okay, do the opposite of the mainstream out there. Okay, if someone's telling you it's a conspiracy, then maybe you should look into it more. Okay, Revolutionist says he looked into cryptos in 2016 as he normally invested into gold and silver bullion, but the price was not moving, and so he looked into cryptos. But when he looked into Cardano, he jumped into it. Indeed, and I like that Cardano coin a lot. When I first learned about Cardano, I didn't learn about Cardano until I would say maybe late November or early December of last year. So this hasn't even been a year since I've heard about Cardano. And I thought the idea was definitely very good. Okay, so, you know, I did a video about Cardano, and soon thereafter, IOHK contacted me and said, hey, would you like to talk to Hoskinson about Cardano? So, you know, we talked to Hoskinson about Cardano, and then like everything after January, things went down in price. So everything crashed after that. So Cardano went from about $1 down to 8 cents. Now I'm still bullish on Cardano. I don't hold the bags with Cardano at the moment, but like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, I might just have to jump on the Cardano train, get a little nickel bag or a little dime bag to ride it here with the Revolutionists and some of the boomers. Stock market looking wobbly right now, may have hit the top, says original copy. Listen, you know, we already know the deal with the Federal Reserve, with the central banks, with the IMF, guys. This is funny bunny, guys. And that's the same reason that I don't care about the ETFs, about the backed. If it has to do with the suits, it's funny bunny at the ground floor, okay? It may, you know, it may kaboom for a year or two. I don't know. But, you know, we rode this crypto train to 20K without the legacy banks and the suits. We don't need it. We don't need it. The stock market may be looking wobbly. Now, you know, it's all manipulated. These people are printing money out of thin air. Literally, it's like giving somebody a money printer out of thin air. Nobody knows how many papers are circulating. They don't even, nobody knows how much USD is out there. It's like and then on top of it, here's the thing, guys. This is why what actually damages the integrity of the system, because not only is our country the ones, or the United States, if you're living in the United States, the ones that are printing the currency, but who's to say that another country out there hasn't developed a printing machine and they're just running up dollars? It's like, have they not figured out how to counterfeit dollars by now, like some other governments? I wouldn't say. I mean, the Chinese seem to know how to bootleg everything. Can't they bootleg $100 bills? I mean, I would say, like, of course they can. You know what I mean? So, you know, just having a standard paper currency as the standard, it's funny bunny. It's like, and then on top of it, I said this before. I mean, it costs the same to print a $100 bill than it does a $1 bill out there. So that's what it is. Rafterman says, epic interview. I think you were talking about the Hoskinson interview. Indeed, thank you. Crypto Bravo Charlie says, Moon, the likes right now. Indeed. And then Copy's talking about the stock market. We've seen the the yield curve out there, the 10-year yield curve hasn't even moved really. They mess with the interest rates or whatnot, but the 10-year yield is only yielding you 3%. There's no reason to invest right now into these treasuries. You could get a 3% return on anything else out there. So I think that the time that this system is going to be exposed is coming sooner than later. We saw a lot of the system exposed back in 2008. Then they did the TARP bailouts, and they took they took the people's money to pay back the banks for the funny money out there. And you've seen everybody's 401k went down, including those in my family. So I don't like the funny money, guys. That's why I have nothing to do with these suits. I think it's a big bureaucracy, and I don't trust it. Absolutely not. Shout out to Rafterman, Crypto Bravo Charlie, Original Copy Power, and the rest of the boomers out there, guys. Drop a comment, a question. Let me know how you got into the bits. I want to know out there. This won't be a long stream. I just wanted to get that story off. Let you guys know. I don't think I've ever shared that with you guys. Maybe briefly here and there, but that's what it is. I want to know how you got in. Why are you Crypt walking out there? Shout out my Crypt walkers out there. .28 here on the broadcast, 26 minutes on the live stream. We've been talking about how, when, and why we got into the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies out there. This is an alternative culture. I said this yesterday in my live broadcast. It's some frequency, and I think the word is alternative, an alternative frequency. As the technology connects us all together, we're starting to learn more. And we know that there is other alternatives. There's other ways out there. There's other ways to figure out the equation out there. So you got alternative economics, alternative politics, all kinds of alternative ways of thinking. And I'm shout out to my alt maniacs out there. Shout out to my anonymous maniacs as well. Rafterman says, y'all owe Champ $2 as well. Yeah, I think you guys, everybody owes me $2. I always say that. Rafterman comes and drops his $2. Let me throw a little fee out there. Shout out to Rafterman, a sniper there in the foxholes. Little money dropping out the ceiling out here. Everybody owes me $2 just because Rafterman comes and drops $2 on every single live stream. As a matter of fact, you guys probably owe me more than $2 if you start multiplying all the times that Rafterman dropped $2 in the bucket, guys. You got to catch up. Market booming, D-market booming, kaboom. Says Cracky916. Good morning to Cracky, or good afternoon out there. All right, guys. I would say that I was expecting a little bit more people on the stream, but I guess you guys want to talk about the prices. We're really not talking about the prices today. I want to hear the stories about how you got into bits. Crypto Power has shared with us. Revolutionist has shared with us. Original Copy has shared with us. And so has FN Based out there. I'll take a few comments or questions before I start tuning out. Champagne's going to go ahead and get on with his day. I told you guys I got on a little late today. Had some work being done on the house out there. But I'm here daily. I'm not skipping any days. This is actually my highlight to my day. I look forward to this almost as much as I look forward to the deadlifts, but actually I like the crypto a little bit more. And might I mention, I gotta brag to somebody, because I go out there and work out by myself. Champagne hit another PR today on the deadlifts. Another PR on the deadlifts out there. I'm getting stronger every day. So I hope you guys are motivated. Tess Cooks for You says she started on Steem It in June 2017. Did a crash course in crypto. Was fortunate to sell about 1,500 SBD for $13. I've been learning and reinvesting. Kaboom to you, Tess Cooks. That's a great story. I like the fact that you got started on Steem It. I think Steem It is a really fun blockchain, and I think it's a great way to onboard people into crypto, with the exception of how long it takes to open an account. I think that really hurt the Steem blockchain. The length of time that it takes to get approved for an account. Some people have been waiting for 1-2 weeks. They got to make it so that right when you sign up, that it clicks in. That waiting for a week or so, I'm not liking that out there. If you hodl 50,000 Cardano and the coin hits $1 trillion market cap, making each coin $32 each, then you could stake 50,000 ADA for 4% profit per year at 64,000 per profit per year from staking. That's a long reach though, to $32 per coin. I mean, we've seen an all-time high of about slightly of $1. I just read an article out there that's saying that they expect it to hit $2, but at $32 each, that's a kaboom like no other. And I'm sharing my positive energy out there. Bro, is this your own voice? It's always been my own voice. This is the voice of the blockchain. Here's Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest. I may be a little tired. I'm not screaming and yelling. I'm telling you a story. I don't scream and yell when I tell stories. You know. And also a little tired with that PR deadlift out there. I'm so excited. I mean, I was sleeping and thinking about pulling the weight. And I went in there and I made it happen. So, you know, sometimes you got to have that vision out there. I'll take a few more comments and questions before I get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and handle some personal business out here, guys. Shout out to Cracky916, Rafterman R. He says he shared, look up. Rafterman always dropping $2 there in the population. I appreciate you. The voice of the blockchain is decentralized. Indeed. Indeed. And a lot of people tell me, Champagne, you should show your face. You'll get way more subscribers. And indeed, maybe one day I'll do that. But, you know, I'm big on the anonymity. You know, I've been working in media for years, you know, in the background. And I can see that, you know, people that get into media as the face, you know, they lose all their privacy. And I'm not here trying to get famous. I'm going to tell you the honest truth out here. I can care less about fame or being recognized, about little hearts or little likes out here. Now, I want to spread the good crypto word as well as boom. Okay, we want to spread the good word and boom with the best of them. We are pioneers in crypto. Soon, everybody will use their smartphones for crypto and not for Candy Crush. It is the internet money. Fiat is old, same MasterCard and Visa, PayPal, crypto is the future, period. Indeed. You know, it's clear as day to me, you know, especially the fact that everybody has been calling it a scam, and it keeps going, it keeps going. So I think that's the theme now that has been revealed to us. Things are not always what they seem out there. And you got to look for alternatives. Do your thing, Champagne, anonymous and discreet. If you feel better, keep your style, no hyper buzz your way. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's again, it's you know, I'm not, like I think I talked about this before. It's not about being secretive, okay? It's about privacy. There's a difference between secrecy and privacy, and I think we talked about that in the crypto manifesto out there, and that's one of the first things they talk about in the crypto manifesto. We have the right to privacy, and I think you know, privacy is going to be worth more as time progresses. We see that, you know, I think that's why I'm a boomer with Monero. I think it's important. But again, it's not about secrecy. There's nothing to keep secret out here. You know, sometimes it's private. I think, you know, I'd rather keep the privacy out there. Booming, shots taken last night. Indeed. Smash the likes, guys, says Cracky916. 34 here in the population of the chat box. If you're just tuning in, it's the voice here, your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. We talked about how, when, and why we got into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Guys like Revolutionist, Crypto Power, and others have shared with us how they got into the crypto industry or how they got into Bitcoin when they heard about it. Let me know. Drop a comment here in the population of the chat box so that I can read it and give you some feedback, or let the boomers know before I get out of here, guys. Tess Cooks for You says she has about 4,500 Cardano. Hope to get more. I have not been earning Steam or other crypto, so my funds are limited. Yeah, you know, it kind of sucks to see Steam so slow out there. You know, as far, not slow on the blockchain transactions, just slow with the users and the commenters. It seems like I said earlier in this broadcast, it took so long for people to get accounts open that I think that really hurt the blockchain. And then furthermore, you know, the hard fork took forever, and then you had some trolls out there. I think that the downvoting on Steam also deterred a lot of people. You see Jerry Banfield, he left the blockchain because he says that he thought that downvoting was a form of economic abuse. And he has some sort of a point out there. You know, I'm not one to complain, but, you know, he didn't like it, so he went his other way, and I'm okay with that. Off-topic question, sir, what do you think about social media? Are you active in Facebook, etc., and why? No, Facebook's trash. Okay, Facebook's trash bags. I've been off Facebook for a long time. I told you guys from the beginning, get off Facebook, get off the gram and the rest of these social media outlets. What they're doing is mining your data, okay, and creating a query of you and selling your data to other advertisers, okay, and they're basically spying on you, okay, and you know, not that you guys are up to any funny bunny. It's that, you know, if you're gonna be doing something, if you're gonna be on a blockchain or a platform, okay, and you're gonna add value to that platform, then you should get returns, okay. What they do on Facebook is give you little likes and give you little hearts. Okay, you're not getting a share of Facebook. You're not getting anything out of it. In fact, sometimes they want to charge you so that your own followers can see your post. So I'm not with Facebook. It's Funny Bunny. I know that Google's Funny Bunny as well. I know what happened with Google Plus. But at the least here on YouTube, if you make content and people see your content, YouTube rewards you with money. Okay, not with a little like or a heart. Okay, so, you know, that's what's kept me on YouTube, and that's what led me to Steem and other social media platforms. Yeah, there's a lot of abuse on Steem, and I'm looking ahead to other sites. Yeah, check out BitTube. A lot of people have been talking about BitTube out there, and I haven't jumped on the train, but it seems attractive. There's also Minds, and there's another one now. I'm going blank. Apparently, they're about to do a social media platform on EOS as well. Okay, Main Event says Steem. Yeah, and I know Main Event's a Steamosaurus out there, and, you know, I'm still there on the blockchain or whatnot, but you know, I don't know if it's gonna. Hopefully, it'll turn back to the green and go back to those numbers that we were used to, and you know, rather than, you know, just the numbers, also the activity. It seems like when you post now, not that many people comment as much. You know, definitely is not as much action as I would like to see, but I'm still there and I'll still be posting. So let's see. Is it possible they could fix Steem it, but it would be at the expense of the whales? Yeah. You know, I think that maybe though there's too many whales and not enough minnows. I don't know what's going on out there, but it is what it is. You have to comment too. Works both ways. You got a point. You got a point. You know, maybe you know, you do have a point. But, you know, if you're posting every day, I mean, that should at least be something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I post every day. Do I comment on other people's? Maybe not. You know, you have a point. Smooth Operator always hated Facebook. It's useless. Indeed. And Facebook is also running these algorithms to try to change your emotions by the type of material that they put up on your feeds. If you don't believe it, just, you know, Google that. Google Facebook emotional changes emotions with posts, something like that. They've been doing some nefarious stuff. I never believed in Facebook, and we know that there are a bunch of lefties out there. Most of these organizations, they're pushing a political agenda, which I think is, I don't know what's going on. I mean, you know, these people are more into politics nowadays than they are into business. It's kind of lopsided. Yeah, Cryptozilla said lopsided. That's a good word. Bits, and more bits. Champagne Crypto, the voice here. I'm about to start tuning out. Go ahead and rewind the video. Find out how I got into the bits, guys. I'm not screaming and yelling today, but I'm excited. I'll tell you this much. I think the markets are looking all right. The markets are looking all right. I'll take the sideways trading, and I'll continue to stack up here with revolutionists and the rest of the boomers. This is an accumulation period, and the bits are not going anywhere. Okay, that's why some of these funny bunny trolls come around here and they try to tell me it was a scam. This is the same thing that people were telling me when Bitcoin was $200, guys. I'm not believing it. Okay, this thing is here to stay, and the legacy financial system has already been exposed. Okay. I can't use a service with a dude like Sugar Mountain, the filth. He's evil. I never even heard about Sugar. I don't know who that is. Test Cooks for You says, here is what is happening. You have 10 whales get together and 100% upvote each other's posts. They keep the Steem money within the group. I know families on there. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know, I'm not mad though. I mean, you know that's part of the game. So, you know. It is what it is. Main Event says the issue with Steem is unmet expectation and jealousy of rewards. People expect to earn the same as someone who's been there putting in the work networking. Okay, I think that you're partially right there, but some people are not putting in the work and they're still getting rewards. And I think people get jealous of that. not that you know is an excuse, because you should never be jealous of another man. You know, you gotta, you know, sometimes most people that are earning money is not because they're, you know, putting in work. Sometimes they just got the bag at the right time. So it is what it is. But I see where you're coming from, Main Event. I know you're a boomer, and I'm still there on Steam. Let's see if it, you know, it takes a turn for the positive. Hopefully it does, because I like the blockchain. I think it's a really fun blockchain, and I think that it's an excellent way to get people into crypto if they could easily just sign up. They need that. That's the first thing they should just do. Make it easy to sign up. Electrician Services Corp says, amen, brother. Did I say I like the bits out there? Rafterman says, bits, 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 and more bits. Kaboom to the bits out there. Indeed. Drop a little coins off the ceiling for Rafterman out there. Crypto Power says he's off. Gentlemen, thank you very much, Champagne. Always a pleasure listening. Have a great day. Thank you for your comments and for your positive energy, Crypto Power. I appreciate everybody here in the population of the chat box. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and toot out. I appreciate all the maniacs out there. Shout out to Revolutionist, Crypto Power, Rafterman, Main Event, Test Cooks for You, CryptoZilla, Smooth Operator, and the rest of the boomers. Drop a comment there in the population of the chat box after I go ahead and stop streaming. Maybe someone will respond, or maybe I'll respond. Has anyone got an eye on new good-looking ICO? I don't like ICOs, Revolutionists. I think the ICO days are over. I'm more into air grabs and air drops. But, you know, if you heard of a good one, I'll listen. Like button, kaboom. Thanks to Main Event. Thanks, champ. Everybody has a good day. Shout out to Test Cooks for You. I'm out of here, guys. It's the voice of the blockchain here. Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest. Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.